Hello, everyone. Welcome to the More is Less podcast show, where you get more news in less time. I'm your host, Todd Moore, and with me is
Tyler Moore.
And today, we're going to be bringing you this week's news that we like, and hopefully you will too. We're going to start talking about some global news. We'll talk a little bit about science and tech. We'll do a little gaming news. We'll do a little sports news, and maybe even some entertainment. We'll do all that on this episode. Today is Sunday, July 19th. And this is the More is Less podcast show. And on this show, we have decided as a policy to not talk so much about coronavirus and negative implications about that. We'll bounce around and try to find some other shit that's negative that you can listen to and watch. Speaking of listening, we have now started posting our audio podcast on both the Apple iTunes and the podcast channel, and also Spotify. So go check those out. If you don't want to watch the video, and you're just moving around and you just want to hear us, go check that out as well. We appreciate it. Okay, let's start talking global news, right, Tyler?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to start with Dow Jones Industrial Average. I always start with that. That's because as I've told you in the past, it interests me, and I'm a Moore. So this is part of the Moore news. For one day, we're talking Friday because today's Sunday. Nothing happens really over the weekend in terms of trading. It's down 62.76 points for the day. But as we go up and down, we see for the week, it's actually up for the week. So we're doing pretty good there. And for the month, though, we haven't done as good as we'd like, but we're actually up too for the month. And I'm going to give you the actual performance here in just a second. So for the 5-day, the performance was 2.29% up. 1 month is 3.095% up. The 3 month is 10.02% up. And that's where the good news ends. Because for the year to date, since January 1st, we are down 6.54%. And from here today, last year, a whole year, we are down 1.78%. So we are recovering from last year, but we're still quite a bit in the hole for this year.
Because when the coronavirus hit, it killed everything, including the market.
Sure did. And where everyone's waiting. It's a waiting game. We think we're past it, and then as soon as we think we're past it,
We're in our
it
bubble.
rears its ugly head again. Boy, and next story here, Facebook.
I don't use Facebook.
Most of the younger generation don't, but some of the older ones still do. Well, Facebook's in trouble. Because Facebook has had hundreds and hundreds of companies that are boycotting Facebook's advertising. The latest that is a big one, guys. Disney. They're slashing ad spending to Facebook. And that is not good. They're dramatically slashing the advertising.
Good. I don't like ads. No one likes ads.
I agree. So they're not responding as to why, but it has to do with continuing working with civil rights groups and others to try to, I guess, make Facebook more inclusive. So we'll have to see where that goes. I'll tell you what, it will certainly cause Facebook to think about what they're doing, because at the end of the day, money talks, bullshit walks. And if they don't get paid,
Talk about
that's
more
a problem.
bullshit.
Speaking of more bullshit, you got this one, or you want me to hit it?
You hit it because I don't like this person.
He doesn't like him. This is Kanye West.
He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, well, normally I would bring him up in the entertainment section, not in global news. But actually,
This is global news.
he's making news. Huh? Yeah. Remember when we said last week that Kanye was going to run for president?
Yes,
and
I
we
do
all
remember.
laughed. We all laughed, right? We all
Yeah.
fucking laughed. Well, he's taking it seriously, guys. He's got his first campaign rally in South Carolina. And he's all over the fucking place. Talks about Harriet Tubman, abortion, divorce. He cries at one point.
He has a vest on, like he's about to get shot.
He rambles through a bunch of different topics, not really coherent. The line drew jeers and groans from the crowd almost instantly when he suggested that Harriet did not free slaves in her day, but just siphoned them off to other oppressive white folks. They didn't like to hear that shit. He could be right. I don't know. He's definitely a polarizing figure, you know. There ain't no doubt about that. So we're going to be on the only because it's fucking hilarious, guys. But we're going to be on the Kanye West watch now. We're going to be on the watch. The Kanye West presidential watch. Kanye West is hilarious. You know what? And you guys can all say, I can hear y'all now, ain't no fucking way Kanye gonna be president.
So he's not becoming president.
Do we remember a guy named Donald Trump? Who would have fucking thought The Apprentice would become president?
I almost thought that he would.
At first, we didn't even know if he was gonna make it past the Republican primary. You know, he went against folks like Rubio, for example, right? And the other Bush boy, and a lot of those guys. And he come out ahead because he was meaner than they were, and they didn't know how to handle it. Speaking of Rubio, he's now in the news again because either he's a fucking dumbass or his team's a fucking dumbass. And he's not the only fucking dumbass. What's the deal with the fucking Republicans being stupid, not fact-checking their own shit? I don't know if y'all have heard this, but so Saturday, I guess, so we had Alaska Senator Dan Sullivan. He made a mistake after Facebook post honoring Mr. Lewis, John Lewis. He's a big civil rights activist, and he passed away lately. Well, instead of putting John Lewis's face up there, they put Elijah Cummings' face up there. Totally different person.
Idiots.
How do you not know to fucking fact check that? How fucking dumb are you? Especially it's Corona time. What the fuck you got to do? Where you going? Wow. But he wasn't the only one. You know? Boy. Crazy. Rubio also did it, I guess, from the looks of it. Isn't that something? That is something else. Elijah Cummings. Wow. So we'll have to see. How stupid are these motherfuckers going to become? I swear to God, you know? What you got to say about that, Tyler Wade?
I'm not much into politics.
Yeah, I usually don't want to talk too much about it, too. I know I just had 2 fucking stories talking about it. But at this point, I mean, it's kind of funny. Some of it's funny, some of it's not. Okay, I think we're going to be done with a little global news. Let's move on to more positive shit. And we'll go into tech and science news. You got to have some kind of intro.
I don't think so.
Well, the UAE did something that was extraordinary this week. They launched its first spacecraft bound for Mars.
To Mars?
To Mars, yeah. It's a car-sized object. It's going to measure and test the environment and the weather there and see what its impacts have on it. It took off the southern tip of Japan, and it's a big deal for these guys because they have their 50th anniversary coming up in December 2021, and they wanted to get this spacecraft at Mars by the time that they have their 50th to show exactly how far they've come in 50 years. But the real issue was they only had 3 months, a 3-month window to get it shoved out into space before it would miss the deadline. It's got to have, because there's a certain time where when they launch that Mars is closest to the Earth, and then if you don't get that, it's like 23 days later, something like that, 26 months later, you got to wait to do it again. And that's 2 years and 2 months. That's a long time. So you want to get it done in those 3 months. They did, and they got it done, and now it's on its way. And they've got full communication with it. They had a problem with one of the solar panels, but it not deploying properly, but it ended up deploying just fine. And it's on its way. So congratulations, UAE. You ought to be very proud of your accomplishment. You've done something a lot of other countries haven't been able to do. And we're proud of you.
I'm not clapping.
We've been doing that for a while. We didn't know. Okay, next tech. Let's talk about electric vehicles. You know, we've seen the Cybertruck from Elon Musk, and everyone remembers how the bulletproof glass broke, or the smash-proof glass broke, and the doors dinged. We'll do it twice just to prove they break. But so and now the other car manufacturers are now getting on the bandwagon.
No, of course they are.
So we've got GM now. They're planning a full-size electric pickup truck. Guaranteed isn't the right word. Estimate mileage range is 400 miles on a charge. It's going to be a full-size truck. They're not going to say what its name's going to be yet, but it's going to be like a Silverado or a GMC. None of that yet. It is a little late tonight, but we are still doing pretty good.
I know.
So the CEO of GM, her name's Mary Barra, said last November that electric pickup was coming early or late 2021. Or early 2022 or late 2021. And everyone thought it was going to be the Hummer, but it turns out it might actually be these trucks here instead. So, it'll be interesting.
Why would you use a Hummer, first of all?
They're trying to take their big gas-guzzling vehicles and make them real efficient.
But no one likes those Hummers.
Because they sucked a lot of gas.
Which is dumb.
But if you can get 400 miles on one, and they have the crazy torque that they have... And that's the thing with these trucks. They don't know. Its 400-mile range is probably not towing anything. How much are they going to get when they're towing and everything? It may drop half that. And so we'll see if it's going to work or not. They claim they're going to have 20 vehicles by 2023 that are electric. So we'll see. You going to buy an electric vehicle?
No.
Like the old school shit still?
Yes.
All right. There you go. All right. Speaking of Elon Musk and SpaceX and everything, let's talk a little bit more SpaceX, because I usually talk about SpaceX every episode. I think Elon should run for president. I'd vote for him.
Yeah, I would too.
I'd vote for him right now. He's a problem solver. So I guess the NASA astronauts are set to return to Earth August 2nd in SpaceX's Crew Dragon. So
how many people can fit in the Dragon?
Well, in this case, they're bringing 2, and I'm not sure how many can actually fit. But in this case, I would imagine 4, probably, maybe just 2. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, guys. But Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley are coming home, and that's going to be really nice. See, they're coming home August 2nd. It's the same Crew Dragon vehicle that launched the astronauts to space in the end of May.
Oh, wow. Really?
Isn't that awesome? Making it the first time privately made spacecraft had carried people to orbit, and that was in May. And cheaper, much cheaper. So it's going to be really, really cool. It's going to be the crew's return back to Earth is going to be the last major test for the Crew Dragon, they call it, proving whether the vehicle can get people to the ground safely. And I'm sure it's going to be just fine. It's not... Okay, guys. I know if you haven't been paying attention, I know you probably think that the motherfucker's going to land, right? It's not.
It's not?
It's going to do just like the old school. It'll come through the environment, and the pod will deploy parachutes, and it'll drop into the ocean. and they'll
But
scoop
the
it out.
rocket will come back.
The rocket will come back, but the pod that they're in will deploy
drop.
separately. Right.
Just like Elon Musk planned.
At least that's my understanding of how that works. And if I'm wrong, go ahead and post a comment down below and tell me I'm wrong. That'd be all right with me. I've been wrong before. I can be wrong again. Okay, I need to freshen up my lemonade. And I'm done with science and tech. If y'all have any recommendations on what we should talk about, and it happens to interest us, post a comment below. Let us know. If you're listening to it, I guess you're not going to be able to post a comment.
It's off of YouTube as well.
Yeah, in that case, you can go to our YouTube channel, and we'll go there. I'll also post our, I guess I could post our Gmail address as well. Anyway, enough of that. We'll go to Tyler now for gaming news with Tyler Moore.
So we'll start with EA for the gaming news for this week. EA apparently is trying to quickly work around the changing of Washington's NFL team name for their new game Madden NFL 21. I never played Madden. I think I actually lied. I played one Madden game and I didn't like it. I don't know why. But I think NBA was way better.
Hey, I can tell you though, I'm an old school gamer, and I can tell you all that when Madden was alive, John Madden was alive, and he had control over the game process, that game was the groundbreaking shit. Trust me. And then 2K came out with theirs, but Madden, what made Madden better than all of the others at first. Now I agree with you. Now it's probably different because he's not there to control it. Their gameplay, their game engine was so much smoother and more realistic than any others, and the quality of the gameplay was better too.
You know what I want to see? The game developers do college sports, because no one knows a lot about college basketball,
Right.
college football, and that needs to be like a purpose into the gaming thing. Because I love
Gaming
you and me
community.
love watching college sports.
Yeah, we do. I think what makes college sports, it's good and bad. What makes it kind of nice is that you got kids there that not all of them are going to make it to the big leagues, right?
Yeah.
You got a lot of kids there that they're good players. There may not be great players, but they're getting a scholarship and they're getting their education paid for, and they're contributing to the game. And then there are some players that are fucking great college players, D Browns, those kind of guys, but they just don't seem to cut it in the pro side. But
that sucks.
But in terms of like Hall of Fame college players, anytime, would you put D Brown on your team in college?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
He's an amazing slasher.
Right. Exactly. So there are definitely, there is a difference, and I agree with you. It'd be nice to see. I thought there was a college basketball game back in the day, but I'd have to go back and look. If anyone knows of it, post down in the bottom.
2010 or 2009 when it was released by 2K. That was football.
College football.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then maybe that's what I'm thinking of then. It's college football. Sounds right. All right. Well, hopefully, they'll come out with that. Enough people want it, and will pay the price. They'll make it.
Yeah.
What's next?
There's some thing called a red door leak for the new Call of Duty Black Ops. I don't know much about it, but heard they said you can get this off of Microsoft stores and download a demo. When you try to open it up, it won't do much. It'll say you probably need a game disc or something like that. Which really weird, but it is a really weird leak. So the
Sounds
next,
like it.
what?
What? So it's a leak, and what kind of leak? I don't know what you mean by that. Who? did someone hack and leak it?
I think
Or was it an internal leak from someone playing
I
at
think
the
it was.
company?
I think someone. I think so.
Do we know?
I don't know. Was people are saying that it was on the Microsoft Store. When they tried to open it, you could see the Black Ops, like CIA stuff from the Black Ops Call of Duty, because remember Black Ops was during the Cold War and it was all CIA
Yeah.
and the space.
I heard their next one's gonna be space based. Next Call of Duty.
No, next Call of Duty is gonna be the Black Ops series. They're
After that.
after that,
then.
don't
Must
know.
be.
I don't know after.
I heard something about the next one was gonna be space.
I hope not, because the space ones were
Hmm.
bomb dropped.
The one part where you floated through space and that was pretty cool, and you fell through. That was pretty cool. But I agree there were certain spots that weren't as good.
So the next one would be Crisis.
Actually, let's go back to EA a little. Madden NFL.
Okay.
Let's go back to that real quick.
Okay.
Because I have actually remembered that there's a story about that, and it ties into sports. I was going to put it in sports, but since you started talking about EA and Madden and I thought this would probably work pretty good in here. So, they're getting ready to launch here in a few months, Madden NFL 21, right?
Yeah.
Well, they are now quickly working to change the Washington Redskins
I was just
title.
talking about this.
Here?
Yeah, that's the first thing I went to.
You did?
Yeah, were you not listening?
I was not. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. God damn, but you talked too quick. I didn't get... Oh, you know why? I was getting another lemonade.
Probably.
It's all right. That's what makes the show great. This is the comedy aspect of it. Sometimes I'm a dumbass. It happens. Okay, keep going, Tyler.
So anyways, back to what I was doing before. Crisis Remastered is still getting delayed, but now a new console's not getting delayed for the new Crisis game. The Switch can run Crisis, the new remastered game.
Oh, wow. Switch? The hardware on the Switch can run... That Crisis game was a fucking resource hog. You needed a lot of...
Yeah, so it's called Modern Warfare. It took your goddamn hardware.
Yeah, I mean, it's why your fan runs constantly all the time. And
I deleted it, so it still runs.
no, but when it's playing, I mean, it really chews up a lot of frames per second and everything.
Yeah.
So you say it's running on the Switch?
Yeah, they revealed some gameplay of it already.
Okay. Nah, how was it? Like fucking 8-bit graphics, 16-bit graphics?
No, it was mildly impressive. There's destruction on the Switch.
Really?
Yeah.
They show death
Yeah.
on the Switch.
Yes.
That's gotta like be one of the, because the Switch is really more of a family quote unquote family, and they wouldn't really allow a lot of that.
That's a big quote you're saying, because Switch is not usually a family game.
What I'm telling you is
Nintendo. Well, usually Nintendo is, but this is for the Switch, and they should do this. Nintendo.
Oh no, I completely agree they should do it. My point though is that the way most of these Switches are purchased is because parents buy them for their kids, and their kids are not necessarily of age to watch. And a lot of times you're going to buy a Nintendo because you don't want them playing Call of Duty and the other games that are bloody and gory.
Call of Duty is not bloody and gory.
I'm not saying it is. They say it is.
You know what is bloody and gory? Doom.
Oh, yeah? Is it on the Switch?
I think it is.
There you go. I think it's great. And, and if they can get great games to play on cheap hardware, cheap isn't the right word, but, not...
Great games on great consoles.
Yeah, something that you don't... Because God knows we're going to have the PS5 come out. That's going to be fucking $500 for the main basic system, one controller. Everyone's going to get another controller, at least. Probably one to get the camera for the VR, because we got the VR headset. Hopefully it'll fucking work with it.
Let's hope.
We're going to have to Google that shit. We're going to let you guys know about that.
Next week.
Yeah, next week. Anyway, we'll see. It's nice to see the Switch, a little cheaper console can actually play some decent games.
Yep.
What's going on next?
I think this is a good thing because we were PlayStation users, but the Xbox One model is discontinuing.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're making their new console, which looks like a PC box.
Oh. Yeah, it does. Might as well because it is basically a fucking PC. They're using AMD graphics, and I forget what processor they're fucking using. I think it's an AMD processor and graphics,
I don't know
actually.
what the processor is.
I'm pretty sure it is, but...
I'm just sick and tired of the Xbox One.
Well, all I know is we're going to be PlayStation heavy come Christmas if we can get them.
I would definitely get the
We may
new
end up
Xbox.
with 3 PlayStation 5s in the same house.
Huh?
We may end up with 3 PlayStation 5s in the same house by Christmas.
Probably.
That's crazy. Why don't you, instead of buying a PlayStation 5, buy the Xbox?
I actually want both, to be honest.
I would mind, because I bet Halo's going to fucking be badass on that new system, 4K, straight up. Be badass. Oh, anyway, I'm getting off, guys.
We're mumbling.
Anyway, what's next?
The U.S. Army is going on Twitch for new recruitments.
That does not surprise me.
You know how much? There's 60% of people in the world are mostly gamers.
That's how high it is?
I think. I'm not sure.
Okay. That's your estimate.
You're
probably right. Certainly, you could say of the demographic, like 12 to 30, probably. You know what I mean? I bet it's at least... I bet it's more than that. I bet 12 to 30 is probably, especially if you talk about boys or men, I bet it's more like 80%.
Yeah, but most of it's in Korea and the U.S.
Well, yeah. South Korea is a very strong gaming community.
So, yeah, Army Texas has a Twitch channel, and they're trying to get recruitments from there, which is surprisingly a good way because a lot of gamers are used to shooting games.
Yeah, but you know what they really want? They want someone that can drive drones with all that good hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, and that too.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. You sit here and play a screen anyway. Why not make it the real world? And you're flying a fucking drone with this screen, and you're so good already at playing games, you can slide through in and fucking drop shit right where it needs to be, because you've already got that skill set. That's a new army. That's a new service right there, is drones.
Yeah.
They're working on... I'm going to go off a little on a side note, but the Army's working on, and not just our Army. Chinese is doing it. They're all doing it. But they're trying to turn these drones into, for lack of a better term, beehives, where they all work together, or birds. Can you imagine having 200 fucking drones in a pattern like a swarm coming over you and laying down fucking missiles?
If I survive that, I'm automatically leaving and doing something. I'm automatically leaving the Army because that shit is scary.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And people aren't controlling them on these. These are have AI in them, and you say, go here, do that, follow this particular blah blah blah, go, and it goes, does it, comes back. That's some crazy shit, right?
Yeah, that's crazy shit.
That's happening within the next 20 years. And if you don't believe me, all you gotta do is look at the last Chinese, when they had the Olympics in China, and they do it, I think, on their Chinese New Year's. They have drones that are lit up that create all kinds of patterns and words and shit, right? They move around in the sky.
Yeah.
Well, if you can do that, why can't you go ahead and use them in the, for military reasons to do the same kind of thing? Throw some missiles on them, boom. Right?
Yeah.
And if they become cheap enough, let's say the drones become cheap enough, now you can put real big bombs on them and just kamikaze the fuck. Can you imagine 200 fucking drones coming down on something?
What's this, Call of Duty? Because they did that. And
it's not Call of Duty. I'm talking real world shit.
I know, but I don't know what game, I don't know what Call of Duty game, but they did that. They
closer.
actually did that.
Did they? Wow. I know I went on side note on that, but think about that's some freaky shit. Right? That's some freaky shit. I know I'm moving off mic. Sorry, guys. I'm looking at my son when I talk. Okay. Anything next in news or in gaming news or?
Nope, that's it.
We're good with gaming news? All right, let's move on because I'm sure you guys are ready for us to move on. We're going to move on to sports with Tyler Moore.
So, John, I don't know how.
John Rahm.
Cruises to dominate, win a Memorial Tournament, claims world #1 ranking.
He sure did. He
If people don't know who John Rahm is, he's a PGA golfer.
Yes, PGA Tour. There was a Memorial Tournament was in Dublin, Ohio today. Well, not today, this weekend. Well, technically Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But what makes Dublin, Ohio Memorial Tournament great is the course is a Jack Nicklaus course.
Jack Nicklaus.
One of the greatest golfers of all time. Thank you very much. And a great golf designer. He designed this, and it's a hard motherfucker. It's a hard motherfucker.
Really?
Yeah. I watched it this weekend, and people, you would think they were playing like you and I. They were in the sand. They were to the right, to the left. He has a lot of angles, a lot of hills. And even on the green, he tucks those. They'll have a shelf, then come down, and then with sand here, and the fucking hole will be down here. And if you don't hit it in the right spot, it'll roll down and roll all the way back down into fucking sand.
That's funny.
So you got to lay it up, and then so it's been it's a very very hard course, and for the fact that he did that is pretty good. You know what he finished?
First.
Yeah, but what the score was?
50?
9 under. -9. And par 72.
I don't know what that means.
So
9.
he basically is 9 strokes under par.
I know that. I know 9 strokes
he
under
won.
par, but I don't know what the exact number would be.
Well, see. 73 -9, so it'd be 62. 64.
64.
Shot of 64 probably. I'm guessing. But he played pretty good. On the other hand, Tiger Woods didn't do quite as well, unfortunately.
Play there?
He played today.
Oh,
He
wow.
played this weekend. He didn't do quite as well, but first time back in a while.
Yeah.
And it was hot as all get out this weekend.
It was, Jesus.
And it was hot. We're in Illinois, Champaign-Urbana. Ohio, Dublin is by Columbus, Ohio, which is southern Ohio by Kentucky.
No.
No.
Columbus
Columbus
north.
is not either. Sorry. It's north. I don't know my geography. But nevertheless, Ohio's only 2 states away, and what happens here happens there, next day or whatever, 2 days. But right now, we're all fucking hot.
Yeah, we went for
I was watching.
advisories.
Tiger was trying to putt and fucking drip, just fucking running. He's doing this kind of shit. Taking the hat off. You know how you do?
Yeah.
Taking a fucking towel. Fucking sweat all over.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't do quite as well, but
Probably he got...
I just want him to keep coming back and playing. I love watching him play. I don't care. To be honest, Tiger, why don't you just do this, man? Say, fuck the PGA. Fuck them anyway. Go ahead and set yourself up every week a golf match with people you like playing with. They don't even have to be on the PGA. They could be. They could also be celebrities. It don't fucking matter. People would watch the fuck out of that. Would you watch the fuck out of that? Let's say he decided to play with Charles Barkley one weekend.
Charles Barkley?
That's an example. Fuck. He plays golf. I'm trying to fucking pull something out of my ass. I don't know. Who plays golf that's real good. Come on, help me out.
I actually watched this. Tiger Woods versus Donald Trump.
They're friends, unfortunately. But yeah, but that's my point. And okay, let's say Tiger and Phil Mickelson.
Oh, God.
But make it a foursome. I'm telling you what, it would fucking work, Tiger. Listen to me, Tiger. There's money on the fucking table. You should pick it up. Money on that table. People don't give a fuck. They give a fuck about you. When you're on there, that's when they want. Hell, today, there weren't hardly no people there, and Tiger's playing, and you're hearing in the background, "Hey, Tiger, keep going, it's awesome!" Fucking 3 guys fucking half a mile away. You didn't hear that from no one else. God damn. Corona time, fuck.
I hope to God you don't.
No, I'm just joking. It's getting hot in this fucking shed, though, ain't it?
Yes.
Got all the fans and air off so you can hear us. We're going to try to get through this, though. Getting close.
So next.
What's next?
Our next is UFC. Was it just UFC Fight Night?
Yeah, it's UFC Fight Night. Figueiredo versus Benavidez 2. They fought before.
I never watched this because it was very late.
Well, we went to Indiana Beach Saturday, and because they're back open, and thankfully a gentleman.
Did we get tested?
Huh?
Did we get tested?
They use thermometers and tested us for a fever. If we had a fever, they wouldn't have let us in.
Yeah.
And that's a symptom of COVID. Had a great time. Got a little burnt.
Way
burnt.
Not that side. I got way burnt over here.
Over here, you see it. So we didn't get back. We pretty much didn't leave till 6 or 7, 6, something like that. Anyway,
It was 9.
by the time I got back, half the fights were over. There were 4 fights, main event, main card. 2 of them were already done, so I only got to watch the last 2. But let me tell you what, the last 2 fights were kick fucking ass. We're talking submissions. We're talking submissions, man.
I can already see on here. It says round 1 and are both submissions.
Both round 1s, yes. Kevin Gastelum against Jack Hermanson. And this motherfucking fight here, this Jack Hermanson's 21-5-0. And Kevin Gastelum, he's fucking big deal, man. He's 16-6-0. Jack put a fucking heel hook on him, a heel lock, like you wouldn't believe, and made him tap.
Damn.
And Jack was on his back when he did it. On his back. And like you said, submission round 1 in 1 minute and 18 seconds in round 1. He got the fucking job done. You want to know who else got the job done? Delvison Figueiredo got the job done. He got the job done and then some. It was round 1. And it took a little longer. It was 4 minutes and 48 seconds. But he did it rear naked choke. And Joseph Benavidez, I'm sorry if I ain't saying your name right, man. I'm sorry. Joseph Benavidez, 28-7. Delvison Figueiredo is 19-1. It was the main event. Joseph is a motherfucking badass. You don't even know this. The guy, all in the first round, there was so much action in the first round. Joseph got knocked, got a solid punch right back here in the back of the temple by Delvison, knocked him down. Delvison was on top of him, grounding and pounding, trying to do the elbows, trying to go. Joseph was able to turn him, get back up on his feet, and everything. It was looking real good. Delvison come back again with another one.
Oh, God.
Right hand. Boom. Dropped Joseph. Didn't drop Joseph, but got him kind of queasy. So they come back, and then Joseph shot at him and tripped Delvison, or it's actually the other way around. Delvison went to take Joseph to the ground. Joseph flipped him, so Joseph was on top, and Delvison was on the bottom. And they mixed it around for a while. But eventually, Delvison got his back, got his hooks in, and got that fucking elbow around that fucking neck. And he fought it 2 or 3 times, but at the end of the day, he couldn't get it. And that motherfucker, Joseph Benavidez, he did not tap.
No.
He fell asleep. I'm talking serious. Did not fucking tap. Out. Fucking, when the ref let go, he just fucking died. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Done. Out. Fucking stud. And they interviewed him afterwards, and he goes, this is my first time being knocked, submissed, or where I'm knocked out. He goes, I always wondered what I would do. He goes, I'm just not going to tap out. I'm going to fight till the end. And he
Damn.
proved that. And he was down on himself too, you know. And you know what? He's got nothing because he's been in the game for a while. But he's got.
By the record.
He's like, you know, I tried to be number one and I can't do it, and you know, I don't think it's in my cards, and you know, and he just lost a fight, so he's going to be emotional. But dude, the way you fight, come back. You got plenty of life left in you, bud.
How old is
And
he?
I don't know how old he is, but I can tell you that. Let's see if we can find out.
I don't think we can.
He probably won't tell us, will he? He is 35 years old. So that's a little old, but it ain't that old. I mean, you know, considering. Delvison, though, he's 32. So, I mean, they're kind of same age.
Almost.
So, but don't quit the game, man. Don't quit the game. You're a great fighter. You know, you helped build the flyweight. He helped build the flyweight. He was one of the first ones, and he always fought the best fighters. And 28-7, obviously, he beat a lot of them.
Yeah.
So keep it up, Joseph. Keep your head up, buddy.
It was 28-6, but this guy right here is
No, I'm saying he's 28
Before the
wins,
fight.
7 losses.
Before the fight.
Well, now it's 28-8 because he lost that one. Say what now?
No, 28-7. He lost that one. He was 28-6.
So he was 28-7 before he lost. Oh no, that may be. I don't know. That may be actually including it because it's post results.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's all I got for sports.
We're all done here.
We all done?
Yep.
Awesome. Great. You notice how my fucking mic keeps dropping? I have to start farther. It was up
I
here.
wasn't paying attention.
It was up here. It's hard to keep them straight. They want to drop on us all the time.
I can see that.
See, it's dropping?
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess I'll hold it for the end of this. I really appreciate y'all. Hold on,
We. Is that really getting on your nerves?
It is. It's getting on my fucking nerves, man. Problem is I got the arm too far. We appreciate everything that you guys do. You guys coming to the website. Please. This worked out great on the last one. I don't know if you saw this. Watch this.
I didn't see it.
Please like, subscribe, click the bell, and tell a friend. Also, check out our audio podcast on Spotify and Apple iTunes. We got anything else to say?
I don't have anything else to say.
All right. This is the More is Less podcast show. I am Todd Moore with
Tyler Moore.
and we'll see you on the next episode. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.